Right, so we've come across this family who's got themselves really stuck in the mud here. Right, good morning. We're about to leave Xakanaxa on our way to past Khwai. We're going to stay at Magotho for the next 2 nights. And yeah, what an awesome time we've had here at Xakanaxa. Probably the highlight was the boat cruise yesterday, which was just unbelievable to have a sunset you know, in the swamps. So I definitely recommend that. But just before we carry on, check this out. That's the resident elephant, who either him or his mate made their way right through the middle of our campsite last night, literally touching Lawrence's tent. And they're here pretty much just eating the marula berries on the floor all day long. So yeah, awesome wildlife experience. But yeah, as I was saying, the boat cruise is definitely worth it. Do a sunset cruise if you can. We are going to try and fit in at least another 1 or 2 cruises at the next camp, because it's just so worth it. You're in the middle of the swamps. It's great to spend a day sort of in the bush and mix it up every alternate day with some time on the water, which is, yeah, just amazing scenery. So we've got probably 70 kilometers to do today. It's going to be a pretty rough ride, I think. Lots of sand, and there's like 1 or 2 little crossings that we need to make. We did them yesterday without the trailers. Today we're going to have to do them with the trailers, so that should make for some interesting action in the morning. And yeah, we'll probably arrive at Magotho just after lunch. So yeah, let's see what we can see along the way. And weather-wise, we also had some rain last night, which is nice. So things are really cool at the moment. It's 18 degrees, and yeah, looking forward to the day. Let's check it out.
Trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Okay, we're just trying to plot our route through here with the trailers. It seems like we can hug the right bank here, and we should be okay with the left wheels in the water. We don't want to risk taking the trailers through the deeper water, so let's see how we go.
I'm going to go that way now, so you can see the Yeah, so definitely not straight down the middle. The left looks a little bit washed out to me, a little bit slippery.
Hugging the right, yeah?
Hugging the right maybe, you got one wheel traction and then the other, but it's going to be deep on the left side.
I've tested the levels. It's about 15 centimeters deep.
No, then we're good.
What's your strategy, Larry?
Hey G, my strategy is to go second.
After you. Well, we made the water crossings without too much fuss or incident.
Pretty easy, boys.
And that's exactly what we want on a travel day like this. No mess, no fuss, easy crossings, and back on our way to Khwai. And you guys? 2 weeks. No, that's proper, eh? Hello guys.
How are you?
Stuck?
Okay, and then put your foot on the brake.
Larry, just take the snatch off the winch there. We're just going to reel it back in. Right, so we've come across this family who's got themselves really stuck in the mud here in the swamp. So there's a proper recovery operation underway. We've been here about half an hour, tried 1 or 2 methods, and we're about to now get 2 vehicles involved. So yeah, hopefully this works and we can get them out of the mud and back on their way again.
Yeah. Three, 2, 1, go! Go!
Stop.
2, 1, go!
Right, because he was carrying this log.
Clear the area. Yes!
Stop, stop!
Well, that was a bit of action for the morning. Yeah, we definitely managed to help those guys out in the end. I think we were just...
Well done, gents. I think the ladies are going to have a gin boat race later.
We were just helping those guys out, but I think the first 1 or 2 attempts probably just, you know, made the problem worse. The guy was properly stuck in the mud with his front wheel, so yeah, it took a couple of attempts, but in the end, I guess jacking up those front wheels, getting some logs under the front wheel, and then essentially a proper tow out of that situation was what worked. So yeah, about a good probably hour trying to recover the vehicle. In the end, we got the result we needed, and the honeymoon couple can go on to Xakanaxa and I guess enjoy the rest of their holiday. Right, we're sitting at 11:30 in the morning, still making our way across to, well, past Khwai to Magotho, and yeah, I mean, so far so good. It's warming, starting to warm up. We're sitting at 30 degrees now. The game viewing has been a little bit sparse. We saw elephant early this morning, and we've seen 1 or 2 elephant out in the plains, but quite far off. The odd impala, I think someone in the convoy spotted some kudu earlier, but other than that, the bush here is just so thick that you can't really see too far into the bush. So unless anything is sort of obviously stepping out into the road, it's quite hard to actually pick up anything. So yeah, we'll see how the next sort of half an hour goes. We're probably about 10 kilometers from the camp, so the plan is to make our way straight to camp. We're gonna set up the tent, and I guess, yeah, just settle in, and then we'll decide what we do this afternoon. Right, we've just stopped for a little lunch break, and some of the guys are just getting some more fuel before we make our way to Khwai camp, or Magotho camp. The guide's just going to take us down to our campsite, so we're just yeah, we're going to make our way there now and see where we're going to set up camp for the next 2 days. Let's go. With the campsite set along the river, there was no shortage of animals on display for the sunset game drive. The golden light reflecting off the grassy banks and the backs of the animals that we came across made this an afternoon that won't easily be forgotten. Good morning from Khwai. We've just left camp. We're on our way to do a little sunrise game drive. It's about 6:45, and yeah, had a good night last night in camp. No major incidents, no animals walking through camp. We were right on the river though, so we heard hippos pretty much all night, and beautiful to wake up to, I guess, just the sounds of the bush this morning. But we're now on a mission to go and see what we can find in this beautiful light. There's some waterbuck here to our left. Check this out. We are also going to see if we can pick up some fuel this morning. A couple of the vehicles are running a little low, so we just want to be extra cautious and see if we can pick up a few jerry cans. We've got quite a long trek across from Khwai tomorrow morning to Savuti camp, and then 2 days after that we trek across to Kasane from Savuti. So it's about 110 k's to Savuti, and then I think about 170 odd k's to Kasane. So two long trips ahead of us. So yeah, that's the reason we just want to get some fuel, make sure that we have peace of mind and we're not stressing about running out of fuel. So we thought we'd turn this morning's game drive into finding the animals first and then going and finding the fuel. So let's see what we can find. Pretty deep, eh? Yeah, I don't think we'll be crossing here today.
Very pretty ledge right here. Yes, it's 7k to the Khwai airstrip. Is that where we're heading, Kristen?
So it's just gone 9 a.m. and we're still on the lookout for some lion. We haven't found anything yet, but wow, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. We've been traveling in the reserve along the river, and we're now outside of the reserve but heading towards an airstrip. And the only reason we're here is because there's been a couple of sightings of lion cubs, so we're going to see if we can chance our luck and find them. But yeah, what a magic morning so far. Lots of hippos, waterbuck, some lechwe. We've seen a good number of birds. We had the fish eagle a little bit earlier, some kingfishers, and yeah, loving it today.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you left me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you left me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with
here in our camp. Unbelievable.
Give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Once you're pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Once you're pandemonium.
Okay, it's just before 4 p.m. and we're now on our afternoon game drive. We're going to go and do a little bit of a sunset cruise. We're heading down the river. This morning we went up the river, and we're going to try and meet up with some other friends who are also in the park, and see what we can find along the way, and then stop and have a catch up and a few drinks before making our way back to camp this evening. So yeah, let's see what we can find along the route. It's been a good afternoon from an elephant perspective. We've seen a couple of ellies very close to camp, and yeah, this stretch is just incredible because we basically along the riverbank, so it's green. The hippos and the ellies have got plenty of food, and there's lots of activity. So I'm sure we're going to bump into many elephants along the route, but hopefully we can see one or two new things that we haven't seen yet. But either way, it's always good to be out and driving, whether we see anything new or not. And yeah, temperature wise, the gauge says it's 33 degrees at the moment. I can tell you it probably feels closer to 43 degrees at the moment. It's very, very hot. So we're looking forward to the temperatures dropping over the next hour or two as we get closer to sunset. But yeah, let's see what we can find. Must be a group of maybe 30 elephants out here. Beautiful. often hear about the magic of an Okavango Delta sunset. We certainly got to experience them firsthand, as once again we were spoilt with the most magnificent setting on our drive back to camp that evening.